Hey guys, thank you for tuning in. Welcome to another episode of the EMPI Insider with your host, Corey Ryder.
Well, we're back. A little tired, a little ready. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in for another episode of the EMPI Insider. Got Edgar today on the engineering side of things, Jesse on the cameras, and kind of light and chill episode kind of planned. I mean, the biggest thing for us is just to kind of get back into the groove of things after a short week and a long race weekend, and kind of prep for another long race weekend to keep us busy and rolling. So, as always, we want to first start off by thanking you guys. None of this would be possible without the audience and you guys checking in on a weekly basis and making it happen. It's really cool. This weekend at the races, I got to meet some of you guys that I haven't been able to put a face-to-face with and elbow bump, fist knuckle bump at the track. So that was pretty cool to see. And, just watching this stuff grow every single week has been pretty awesome to do and to be a part of. So stoked. But we'll get right into it, man. So how are you feeling today? You good?
I'm good, man. I mean, I haven't really seen you the past 2 days, so I'm kind of anxious to see what went down. We haven't even talked about it. So this is my first interaction with you, but as a recap.
Yeah. First of all, thanks you guys. Joseph checking in from Maryland. I'm not even sure. Oh, from Palestine. Very cool. Jacob DeWitt, hi to you as well. Eric from Puerto Rico. It's like, I dig it, man.
Oye, coño. Mi hermano right there.
There you go. So yeah, man, it's good to be back. Like I said, a little tired, but we're good.
Yeah, man.
We're back at it. And dude, awesome race weekend. I mean, a big shout out to all the guys. We were out there at the Glen Helen Raceway for the Freedom Cup 250, I think they called it.
Right on.
And it was also a kind of a 2-race deal. Friday night we had the EMPI Class 11 shootout, which some of you guys saw, posted up and things that we were doing, which was very successful. And then it was kind of a race on Friday, race on Saturday morning. So we had a Friday night race at 6:00 with just the 11 cars on the short course track.
6 p.m., right?
6 p.m. Yeah. 6 p.m. Friday night. We had the Class 11 shootout, Rick Boyer birthday bash. Again, happy birthday to Rick and those guys over there in the camp. What an awesome time. So we actually got to race on the Lucas Oil short course track at Glen Helen. So all the stuff you guys see with the Pro 2s, Pro 4s, all that crazy shit, we were out there dicing it up, man, on that thing. And we'll share some pictures with you guys shortly, and you're going to see a bunch of media content just coming out from the hang time that these little Herbies were doing. And
that's cool.
And the Sletton family and Black Class 11 brothers, Motorsports and Blake Wilkie were dicing it up big time. I mean, there's some good, sick air shots on these cars out there.
I've seen a few images, but I want to hear the stories behind it.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get more into that stuff. And then so Saturday we had like a 30-minute moto on the track, which seemed like an hour. It was just freaking rad. Land rush start, so everybody kind of lined up.
How was that?
It was cool. I mean, it was
bang fenders or what?
Yeah. I mean, just funny because Wilkie's been a little bit unscathed the last few races, and every single fender on his car had a nice kiss mark on it, or two or three.
Nice.
But yeah, it was fun. You actually got to see who was making horsepower in the class and who's not. Everybody's really competitive though. So, it was not like, when I say making horsepower, you're talking about 5 to 8 horsepower more, maybe. And
that's significant in that class.
Yeah, because it's a driver's class, man. Yeah. It really is. And big shout out to Greg Cottrell from Rugged Radios. We passed the 60 mark, dog. So I think you can get rid of that nickname and the moniker now. So we're gonna continue on. But
we'll see what happens after this week.
Yeah. Thanks. Appreciate it. Already chiming in on it. That's awesome. But so yeah, we finished 6:00, 6:30-ish approximately. But just everything leading up to that event out there, it's something positive. We keep seeing things. This event's canceled. This event's canceled. That event's going down. Glen Helen did a fantastic job adhering to the regulations that were set forth. More Racing did a great job too. So very, very limited, teams and crew members and stuff like that. What you could do, we made the best of the situation. But I can tell you right now, like when the Class 11 cars were out there Friday night, the freaking stands were as full as they could possibly be with the people,
That's cool.
Separated accordingly, spaced apart. but it was rad. And people love watching these freaking little Herbie things just smash around and bang around and creak through the corners. And
that's cool.
And is a blast. And you can see people getting cheering and rooting them on, especially on the front straightaway, because you're right there's like a set of triple or 3 separate jumps essentially. And you could actually hang it out pretty good right there. So it's pretty cool. And we'll share some pictures of that. I think I've got one here just to give you an idea. Here's a good shot of the Class 11 brothers car. I mean, sending it. I mean, that's a 67 swing axle car that actually won the Saturday race ahead of a Blake Wilkie's car. So it was pretty cool to see. Shout out to those guys. Timmy did an awesome job driving. So, EMPI did an awesome job with all their parts and everything kind of hanging together.
Yeah.
So keep those questions coming, guys. I mean, we'll see. I see the notes and question marks. Are you guys going to be live Friday at 6 p.m.? We were live several times through Instagram this weekend. When you guys get up there, when we get up there, we're going to try to do some live sessions at the track, but it'll be, streamed live through probably Facebook and Instagram as well. So we'll do our best to kind of help you guys out with that. So stay tuned. But yeah, sorry, Timmy. It's a 64. So still early swing axle car. It's boggled the mind of many people out there to try to how that car works. And it works well, man. Like I said, he won the race. He tangled and bangled with everybody, and it was pretty bitching to see.
That's cool.
It was really neat too, because like the big the quote unquote trophy truck class, or what people assume are trophy trucks and everything else. I mean, those were one of the main attractions there, and we rivaled the stands then. I mean, I think people just dig watching this little funky car that
you always root for the underdog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Always.
You have to. But I mean, it was cool. John Jackson, what size engines are you running in Class 11? The Class 11 regulates a maximum of 1600 cc displacement. So they very specifically call out, crankshafts, non-counterweights, 85.5 piston cylinders. You cannot port or touch the heads in any way, shape, or form. You can't port the intake manifolds. I mean, it's a pretty close to being a spec kind of racing class, and it really brings out the drivers. So everybody's, very close in power. You've got cam differences and stuff like that, some carburetor differences and different methodologies between that. But everybody else is still playing with a pretty level field. So that's what makes it fun. That's what makes it exciting. It also makes it affordable, and that's one of the biggest things that's an attractant for the class is that, you could build this thing in your garage with little know-how. It's a great family project. It's affordable to go do it, and go out and bash around and have a good time. And the parts are relatively inexpensive to replace. And I mean, with all due process, I mean, the guy that won third place, I think it was third place overall, his motor is completely a bone stock, box stock, old ass tired motor that he just sends it and he keeps the corner speed up, man. Radu. So big shout out to Radu for sending it this weekend and coming in. He's a maniac. I'll give him that much. The guy's a wild man. Funny story. I think my GoPro at Caliente flew off my car in a corner against him because he was coming the wrong direction. But in the corner, we both kind of went sideways to try to avoid it. My GoPro literally snapped off like the car, flew into his quarter window of his car for the rest of the race.
What are the chances of that happening?
Yeah. It just shows you that they're battling it out. So
the best part is like the legend of Radu is something that's just elevating here at EMPI.
Yeah.
I don't understand if he knows this.
he really don't. And I don't think, honestly, the guy's he's just different. I don't think he cares. But I want you guys to see, would you see the Radu, the Romanian Rocket, man? That's what we nicknamed because He's just crazy. Like his car is exactly what, and it's not all bells and whistles. I mean, the car's been on fire before. I think he bought it like that. I don't know. You guys Slettons are checking in. Maybe you guys can answer me. Did that car catch on fire before he started racing it, and that's when he bought it, or after? But it's. Dude, he tows it behind. He car dollies this car behind like a 79 LTD on a U-Haul style car dolly. And it's just people watch him rolling in, going crazy. Like his LTD blew up. On the way in, they blew a radiator hose like down them like probably a mile or two away from the track, I guess. Well, they sent somebody out with a tow rig to just put a strap to the freaking LTD. He unloaded the Class 11, drove that thing down and in. I mean, it's just one of those things.
That's cool.
So Timmy chimed in and says it actually happened before he started racing it, but he refuses to paint it. So, you know, he's got the basic needs. It's nothing fancy, but it proves it works.
Yeah.
And it's about the driver, and it's about corner speed. It's about it's the driver's class, and it's freaking awesome. And a big, again, shout out to him for making progression each and every race. I know this is now essentially quote unquote third race I've seen him go. Technically two, if you want to get, really into it, but I've watched the progression and watched the speed. I'm watching him battling with other cars now in the class that are faster, but he's getting it down, and he's not afraid to send it. That's cool. His co-driver drove, I think, one of the events and did damn good too. So it was good for him.
Nice.
Lucas Hand, what's up, my brother? Thank you for checking in. Hopefully we'll get to see you. I got a lot of questions and history lesson I need from you about some stuff. So very cool. Gosh, what else do we got going? I'm trying to get through these comments. It goes, by the way, Kaylee, thanks for the great photo shots that we're going to share with some of these people today. And John, yeah, it's John Jackson. It's a diehard kind of class. I mean, it really is. And some of the stuff you're going to see and hear over and over again about Class 11 is it's really just a ton of fun to drive. Like you start laughing and giggling, and I don't care how old you are or how young you are. When you're in there and you hit something, you're just like, oh my God, like that's not even supposed to be happening. You're not supposed to be able to do that kind of stuff. And these things work, and people have an absolute freaking blast doing it. So it's a blast. And I encourage anybody to come out to a local race, get yourself familiar with the stuff and help this class grow into something cool and its heydays. So wait a minute. See you Friday at Tech. Lucas, are you bringing something out, buddy? Are you going to come racing with us? Hello from Jordan. How are you guys? Very cool. It's so cool to watch this organically grow, man. This, the show itself and, the enthusiasm and everything we do. So we do this for you guys. We love talking cars. We love talking beat-ups. We like talking shit. We're just having a good time in general. And we just want to continue to do that. So if there's something you guys want to see, ask, feel free to do it. Probably be kind of a quicker, shorter episode this week. We got a lot of stuff to do in a short amount of work week for us.
Yeah.
We'll be out of here again Thursday and Friday. But definitely want to keep it rolling. So going into Saturday, so Wilkie won the Friday night race. Slettons were doing an absolutely awesome battle. The dad, Dennis Sletton, was the one driving the car on Friday night, just battling with Wilkie. Nice. I mean, it was to hear it on the radio was so sick, because we do share the channels within our little racing team, right?
Right.
And to hear those two. Wilkie was taunting him like, come on, old man, let's go. Let's have it. I mean, just the battle and the rivalry, you could tell we're having an absolute blast. And the cool part about it is that this is the stuff that I really enjoy about this class and this group that we've got is Dennis is, matriarch, if you will, kind of the whole Sletton family, and then his best friend since first grade, Rick, who's also our rig driver, who drives the big 52-foot rig that had all the trailers on it. Just a class act dude himself. Those two old dudes were just banging it out with the young whippersnapper with the golden locks, and they were rolling with him. I mean, and then Dennis disintegrated a drum and just smashed the center of a drum out, so he was unable to finish the race. Like literally, I think it was like last lap.
Is this Friday night? Oh,
Friday
Saturday.
night. Friday night.
Oh, okay.
Friday night, and yeah, man, it was really just an epic battle, just nonstop. But the chatter on the headphones and everything else was so cool to hear. But to have guys that have been best friends, these guys are in their late 50s, early 60s, to get out there and still banging with them. And that the friendship that those guys raced 30 years ago together is still out banging and competitive.
That's cool. It
was pretty bitching to see. Okay, got another question coming in here. What do you think of Class 11 future OFN race test? I'm not quite reading your question properly, unless my eyes are not working so well. What do you think of the Class 11 future? The feature. Yeah, dude. By the way, great comment. Sorry, I had to read it twice. There's a really good write-up on Race Desert, that's with the Z, about the whole weekend racing stuff and the EMPI Class 11 shootout. So, and there's some phenomenal pictures on there. So I encourage you guys to get out there and check that out. Race Desert with a Z, DEZERT.com. Check it out. There's a really cool write-up about the race and the event, and it was bitching.
That's cool.
It was cool. And that's the neat part about it is I think more racing. So more racing, again, shout out to them for everything they put together this weekend. It was a fantastic event. I think the course layout was cool. Couple things were scary as hell.
Well, I was gonna ask you, how did you like that compared to your last desert race?
It's a different feel, man. It's kind of cool because you know what's coming,
right?
And as you get more comfortable,
there's some big hills.
Yeah, there was some areas in the back, man, that they just kicked my ass. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
they were intimidating. I was fighting some issues, just some setup on the car and some funky little things that were going on. I couldn't hit them fast enough to where I felt comfortable. So I lost a lot of time in that. I call it the Terra Crew section because you had some balls to hit these things, like straight up. There were some gnarly sections back there, and those dudes were sending it. I mean, there's a couple spots, and I think this Slettons shared a raw in-car camera where they literally came down so hard they smashed and buckled the front of the hood in the car, and it pushed the bumper all the way against the front of the car. I mean, that's because we went off a couple times, Cam and I, and the back of the car didn't set down. I mean, it was like bicycling on the front. It felt like it was just weird, and it's not my strength. I'll put it that way. So we're working on it. We're having some fun.
That's cool.
And we're gonna go out and bash. But I like the short course aspect of it, and the GP course was fun. So you get a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
But it's cool to be able to visit a couple more times, so you could actually work on really where our strategy was at and what we were trying to do. I felt like we did get cut short quite a bit on time. I was expecting a 1 hour moto. I think we only went like 30. So it kind of ruined the game plan a little bit, but it's all right, man. We had an absolute blast. EMPI still brought home the championship. So Timmy Sletton drove the car, the 11 Brothers car on Saturday. And Timmy hasn't driven the car since like 2017 and came out and won the whole race. That's edging out Wilkie.
Oh, dang.
Over it. And Wilkie won the overall because he had a first and a second. DNF for Slettons on Friday. So it kind of hurt them. I think they ended up finishing like fourth overall or something like that, or fifth. But it was just an awesome experience. Rick Boyer got a chance to rub with him. It was a great car. You'll see with the EMPI sticker on the doors. It was really cool to race with those guys. The guys have been doing it so long. And then just to have the fun that we were doing was just sick. That's so cool. Sick, man. What else do we got to see? I need to read through this stuff. So apologize, guys. I'm trying to make sure we get through all the questions and everything else, and make sure you keep checking the IGs and stuff like that. But yeah, it was just a very successful weekend. I think it opened the eyes for a lot of people of really what this class is going and what it's doing.
Yeah.
Despite some of the BS that goes on, behind closed doors with the classes and stuff like that, and just different games played. But overall, it's just been a freaking fun time, man. We had the, CEO of EMPI out there. We had hot VWs. And what I was getting ready to say is I think they had something like 100 media people that were there, like photographers and everything else. That's crazy numbers.
No other events.
Well, and that's exactly cool. It. But it was so cool because you had such a blend of everything. So, you had your regular Herbies and you had your full blown badass trucks, like Eisenhower's heat wave truck. I mean, that thing just looked weird. They're shooting flames out the back and just battling. And I don't know the dude's name. And I'm going to try to find it, but this dude had like this extra cab 1500 Chevy, probably like a 2000, let's just call it 2010, just big badass monster thing that just sounded wicked. The guy was all over the road, big burly beard. It was just badass. And he wasn't afraid to send it either.
Nice.
So it was very cool. They more racing's here. Check it out. That's very cool. Thanks for checking in, guys. We're just giving you guys a shout out how awesome the event was and how there was just, they said, crazy amount of media coverage. And that's what's going to be fun to see in the coming days and weeks, is just the content that's going to continue to come out and to show people and to hopefully entice some more people to start building some more off-road cars, and come out and go play with everybody, because it really was a blast. What are your thoughts on racing 11 cars at King of the Hammers? Jason, I think this event that I've heard a couple things about, I heard I was supposed to be contacted about this. I am for it. Obviously, I depending on the course setup and everything else, because there's some things you just not doable out there. But if they can make it happen and EMPI can be a part of it and I can help facilitate it, I'm all over it. I mean, the more we can push this class, for us, if you really think about it, EMPI can fill 95% of everything needed in that car and make it affordable. That you can go to your local parts store, your local parts house, your local race shop, and many of them already do, and they already buy our products and use our products, but now we can offer it to everybody, and you can still affordably go out and buy, a 70 Bug or a 73, 74, non-supers or something, and go out there and have fun for a few $1,000s. I mean, there's turnkey cars out there for just a few grand. So, and it's Radu's the living example. You don't have the best. You don't have to have the best of everything to be competitive and have a blast. And I love that. So I'd love to see it, Jason. If you can put that together and put me in contact with the right people that actually can make some real decisions and are doing the right stuff, I'm all for it. I'd love to sit down and have a conversation with them. I would love to work with more again next year to put together a bigger, badder bash, put up some more money. They did everything they said they were going to do to make it happen and make it work for all of us. So I would love to work with them again and try to make it bigger and better and invite more people out there. So I'm in, I'd love to do it. Thanks, Tarek. Yeah, the grand scheme of things, EMPI is the biggest in the world when it comes to air-cooled VWs and everything that we're doing with it. So, and the legacy that goes behind it's racing and performance. And we want to continue to do that. We've got big dreams and aspirations of where we want to be in 6 months from now, 12 months from now, and 18 months from now, and the years to come. So we're going to continue fighting the good fight. So awesome, Jason. If you can make that happen, we'd appreciate it. So, man, what else? Lucas, I'm curious too. I saw Lucas chimed in here. What do you got going on this week, man? I mean, I want to know. Famous, racer, Arizona guy, family legend, Lucas Hands joining us. So that's pretty cool. Thanks for checking in, Lucas. I know Lucas has got a couple of badass cars that are way too fast to go in the desert, in my opinion, because I don't know how those guys do it. It's a different breed. But Lucas is building the Class 11 car to come out and come bash with us. That's pretty sick. I can't wait. There we go. EMPI, more racing. EMPI Class 11 2021 World Championship schedule. King of the Hammers, January. Freedom Cup. Snow Rage at the River. Yep. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going down. So we're in, man. Let's talk business, Cody. If that's you or if it's if your wife, you'd love to sit down and have a real good conversation. Obviously, you guys were super busy at the track this week and trying to just get everything organized and moved and shuffled and hustled and bustled. It's definitely not the time to talk business, but we're right here in Anaheim, and we'd love to get together and have a good conversation with you guys about setting something up, because I think it'd be bitching, and we'll sweeten the pot this year, come up with some good programming, and we'd love to talk about the future of just 2021 and EMPI and more in the future. I think that'd be pretty awesome to see what we can do as a partnership. So how many of you guys would like to see that? That's what I'm curious about.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I would like to see some more short course races. I think people really got a kick out of it. And
I saw the video you posted when you guys were in a truck just going over the course the day before.
Oh yeah.
I was like, whoa.
The first time, so that was in Julie Boyer's Raptor, and we were just kind of riding through it and kept everybody in as best we could. But just to see some of those jumps and how it is. But you got to remember, there's a lot of badass high horsepower cars that went on that track that were putting some ruts down that were pretty gnarly. So I can't wait. Yeah. It was cool, but it was intimidating, especially for your first kind of short course thing. I've not done anything like that, so it was a blast. Let's see what we got coming in here. Definitely, I guess spectating at Glen Helen is second to none. I mean, that's true. I mean, there's Glen Helen is so rich with just racing history on the motocross side, and so much stuff has gone on there. I remember going there when I was a kid and watching Guy Cooper fly over the tabletop. For me, it was just like I remember that like it was yesterday, man. And seeing Roger DeCoster, and these are old motocross guys, and I know it's not really your thing, but those are times that I'll always remember with my pops, and so it's stuff like that I'll never forget. And then to be able to go climb the Glen Helen wall and do a turn and battle for, the start was pretty sick to surreal to be a part of. So it's pretty bitching.
That's cool, man. Very cool.
Dennis, what do you got over there? I see a question raised up. Bring it out. Susan. Oh, good to see you too. Thank you for checking in. And so where did he go? I saw, it looks like Lucas Hand we're taking the class 1 out for a last minute entry. Bitching, man. So Lucas has got some sick cars. I think he told me some kind of crazy mile per hour that he trapped speed across the desert. So you're crazy. You're absolutely crazy. Completely surrounded by a race course. Yeah, I mean, it really is. So yes, Glen Helen is the first place that he rode in an off-road car in 1983 with Walker Evans. I mean, how cool is that as like a first introduction into off-road racing? I mean, that's sick. I mean, that's one of the living legends. Dennis is ready for more racing. Yeah, Dennis, I'm curious to see who's going to drive their car this weekend. It's going to be interesting. I want to know who's going to drive and co-drive. So that's pretty rad. So yeah, those guys talking about it this weekend. Coming up is the Snore KC Highlights Midnight Special, which was pretty cool setup. I mean, you start at like 8 or 8:30 at night, 63-mile loop in multiple laps, depending on your class where you're at. I think class 11, we do 2 or 3 laps. So should be pretty sick, especially doing at night, racing across the desert, Eddie.
Are you ready for that?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's new, dude. So it's something new. It's exciting. A little nerve-wracking. This weekend for sure, I am 100% going to pre-run the course so I can actually see.
You can bring your night vision goggles.
Oh yeah, I'm set up. Call of Duty ready. So, it's just, I think some of my fault and drawback was I didn't pre-run Caliente like I should have. So this weekend we got to do it just so I know. I heard some crazy stories about the course or sections of the course. So I want to get out there and take a personal look at it, not a theory. So
gotta be careful with them coyotes.
I'm not worried about those. I'll keep going. I'm just worried about the ditches and the shit that I don't see. So, but yeah. We'll see. Oh yeah. So Lucas Hand says he hit 163 miles an hour in his class 1 car racing across the desert floor.
Dang.
I have no interest to go that fast in the desert. Get me on a drag car, sign me up. But nope. Not my thing.
Crazy.
You're crazy, man. That's all I can say. Yellow lens for the helmet. Good point. Thank you for the heads up on that. I'll come by and steal one of yours. Well done. Who else we got in here today? Jeff Swearin, love to be part of the EMPI, be part of the Eureka Springs 3-day festival. Jeff, if you are asking for a show submission or sponsorship, just reach out to me. Send me an email, cwriter@mpius.com. I'll gladly try to help you out wherever I can. Just give me some details, information about the show, where it's at, and just contact number, and I'll reach out to you. I'll follow up from an email. But we usually try to help out all the local shows and events, especially right now. We want to make sure we can extend an olive branch there. Let's see. My Uncle Dick cut his finger off at Glen Helen Raceway at the HDRA for Lucas's grandfather. Well, that's a cool.
Wow.
Talk about laying it down. You're going to lop a finger off for somebody, dude. Yeah, one of the things that I really starting to enjoy more about it is there's certain real good groups of people, man, that it is a family to them, and it's an extended family, and you can see some of them come together during certain times, and you see guys like, Greg from Rugged reach out and do other things, and it's just, they all share one love and passion, right? Like how we do with the cars here, but it's the extent they go to. And, and again, big shout out to the Boyers for their hospitality, and they cooking food and the chili for my guys and the tacos and hot dogs and everything that you guys did. I mean, just that, and then let alone the company and camaraderie, man, was pretty awesome to see.
Are they going to be there this weekend?
I don't believe so. Yeah, sorry. And there's an inside bet going on here amongst our marketing team and group. So
I'm taking the camera. So if you see Corey this weekend, please feed him. Those races make him real hungry. He gets a little grouchy. So when he gets back to the pits, For our sake, please feed him.
He's sabotaging me. So yeah, we're doing a big fitness challenge here. There's some serious money at stake. There's some serious facial hair at stake.
Yes.
And yeah, we
should have put eyebrows up too, but then that would have been unfair to us.
Yeah, here we go with the eyebrows. You're fired. Oh, Kaylee said they're going to be there, so very cool. The Boyers should be there this weekend. So
thank you. Please,
I'm going to pit far away from them, just for that reason. So, but yeah, I mean, there's just so much cool stuff going on that you try to keep it rolling, right?
Yeah,
we want to stay positive. We want to stay upbeat. So, yeah, I mean, we kind of wanted to just shoot the breeze a little bit, talk about what's going down.
Just a quick recap.
You'll see the flyer come up here. I'll try to get you a little zoomed in. Hopefully they'll grab it. Yep, somewhere there. You'll see it on social media.
We'll post it up today.
Yeah, exactly. We'll get it posted. So Friday night, contingency and tech inspection at the South Point Hotel in Las Vegas. Then Saturday is kind of there's also pre-run. And then Saturdays, like late check-in, drivers meeting, stuff like that. And then staging and off and running around 8 or 8:30. So looking forward to it. Looking forward to seeing my fellas with the EMPI racing team. Again, big shout out to those guys for coming in clutch and really testing and proving the durability of the new EMPI and the new product. I mean, if we want to get down to the nitty-gritty of all that kind of stuff, they're running driveline components and steering components and brake components, stuff that's needed every single day, ball joints and CVs and axles, and it's all holding up. So knock on wood, we'll keep rolling at it, and we're beating the hell out of it, and we're putting some good miles and testing on all this new stuff that we're bringing out. So it's pretty sweet to see, and shout out to those guys for doing a damn good job of driving those cars and wheeling them, and for putting the EMPI team on the podium back-to-back races. So it's pretty sick. Let's see. Where did I finish? I think it was sixth overall or something like that. I mean, again, not the finish I really wanted, but I got seat time, but I finished both races, and got more seat time in the car. We made some really good adjustments. I should say Timmy made some good adjustments on the car for me, and he's getting it ready to go while I'm grinding it out here, and we'll be ready to go for next weekend. And that's what I'm looking forward to, is just to get better each week. Again, something new, man. That is something totally new for us, and new for for the organization. So I just want to get better each week, keep the shiny side up, as they say, and the tires on the ground, and have a good time. On a fun note though, I got them pretty good on the starts. I had a blast at the starts. This is the drag race side of stuff. So, yeah, Kaylee, we stayed on the tires this weekend. So, yes. What did you see about yourself improve on the first race to the second race? It's kind of hard. That's a hard question, Lucas, for me. I think just getting familiar with the car and getting familiar with some of the stuff that we can do with those cars. And I try to watch and learn, because, like I said, many of those guys have been doing it so much longer. There's some, I should say, something longer than me, just many, many years. Yeah. And to watch those guys, the lines they take. But I'm watching how each car is set up differently too, and to their driving style.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm getting more comfortable with the car. I don't want to make any drastic changes to the car. More about just making the car work, and then finding my driving style with this car.
Yeah.
And then I'll start making more adjustments.
That's going to happen with time. And
yeah, it just, and you know what? I learned to just be patient. Like I did a couple things this weekend that I really gave myself some better confidence. I kept certain people totally within striking distance that I wanted to. So that's kind of what I was really going after, to know that I could run at the pace, no problem. And then I'll get to everything else after. But I just had to get that mental block and kind of the confidence back, man. I mean, I ate shit last time out. So I wanted to get myself comfortable again and
get back on the horse.
Get back on the horse. Yeah. Exactly. So, but thanks, Brad. It's a, yes, thank you. That's all I can say is really thanks, Brad. Other than that, we got some really, really new cool products dropping here at EMPI. You guys will see some of that stuff coming up on social media next week. Stuff that'll finally hear. It's really anticipated, and some really big name products and stuff that we're working on. Lots of new innovations to where we're at on some of the new components and stuff like that. So it's really exciting, and just some really stuff. I mean, we're full speed planning already for SEMA. We're planning for PRI. Yeah. We've got so many stuff going out to be prepared for. You know, the big business. What do they call it? Can't think of the name of it. It's like my brain's just fried from the weekend.
Too much time in the sun.
Business, professional, whatever. We got some really cool new stuff we're going to be launching. You'll see it's a business agreement is what it comes down to, but a really cool deal there that's going to help bring in some other product that are really going to fit a niche for a lot of people.
Right on.
And so it'll be available for everybody. So it's going to be really neat. And just a lot of fun stuff. I just wanted to spend a few minutes with you guys, say, kind of stick to our Tuesday thing. I had a lot of messages, DMs. Hey, you guys doing a show today? I didn't see a flyer. And so, you know, we're just busy. And so I wanted to it was really cool to get that. So I'm like, hell, let's go out on there. Let's talk about some racing. Let's talk about some of the stuff going down and the you know, prep that's going on, the unnecessary prep that's going on to get stuff ready. So we'll work on that. But guys are grinding it out right now. Wilkie's car's coming together. Sletton's got the 2 cars going together, so it should be bitching. And look for that big old J-Dub Peterbilt rolling through the state line and locking and loading with 3 cars on it. So it's going to be looking pretty good. Yeah, Lucas, PRI still looks like it's a go. We're marching forward with all the SEMA, all the PRI stuff. We're basically planning like it's, you know, still going to happen. The SEMA's assured us they're making every effort they can do to make it happen. And so we've got to be prepared, and that's what we're working on. So did the boss have a good time? Yes. I think Peter had a great time out there. So many of you guys don't know, the CEO of EMPI, the new CEO of EMPI was out there cheering it on, brought his daughter out, and wanted to see what was all about and kind of what we're raving about and the fun stuff. But I think he had a damn good time. And I know he had some side bets put out there on some money on who was going to do what. So good for him. And we took his wonderful daughter out for a little putt around the parking lot there in the 11 car. So she got to see and feel that it's a lot different what it sounds like and feels like inside that car than it does up in the grandstands. And that's what a lot of people miss out on. So yeah, more racing. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. The support was great. You guys did a wonderful job. Trophies look great. If you guys didn't see the trophies, I encourage you to take a good look at what More Racing did. They made a cool EMPI shootout trophies, first, second, and third. First place overall, got a really cool setup with like carburetor on it and everything else. It was pretty bitching. And those guys, they're working their butts off. It's just, family deal. So
yeah.
Anyhow, that's pretty much it for today, guys. Stay tuned. So we got a lot of stuff coming up this weekend. The Snore event in G, Nevada. We're going to be out there with the 11 cars only. So it'll be the Wilkie, the Sletton family car, and our EMPI Rocket, and going on having some good time. I do have a good challenge for him I think we should talk about.
Uh-oh.
Yep. There's been quite a debate over the name of my car.
Yeah.
So, and we won't tell them what we've chosen or what you guys, I should say, not chosen. What have you recommended? We'll save you that agony. What you deemed it.
Yes.
But for all you listeners out there that are watching this and that are going to rewatch it later after hours and our Euro friends and stuff like that, send us or comment on the video or send us a DM and say, hey, look, we think the car should be named this. You guys can help name the new EMPI Class 11 car, and we'd love to hear it. Love to hear ideas.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
mean, I've been told Inch Pincher, I've been told the EMPI Express, I've been told a bunch of other stuff. So, maybe you got a really cool idea, and if the name is selected from the audience themselves, I will deck you out in all EMPI swag gear. And I'm sure Shreddy would probably throw in some stuff too, just to sweeten the pot a little bit. So if you can come up with a name to name the new EMPI Class 11 car, it's on.
That's cool.
We'll deck you out head to toe in gear and swag and make it happen.
Yeah,
So
that'd be real neat.
send those DMs. Tortugas, shut up. Wouldn't take long. I knew it was coming. Yeah. How convenient. I know, and I know Timmy's on and Sletton, because he works on a lot of the car. Obviously takes a lot of good care of it for me.
Right.
He calls it Ursula because it's just been the absolute bitch for him. So there's the desert pincher, huh? That's an interesting one. But yeah, keep those things coming, guys. I mean, this is what we want to see. But if you name the car, I will deck you out. Hoodie, hats, t-shirts. I got new shirt that hasn't even dropped yet, guys. Maybe if you're real lucky, grab one of these new EMPI polos. So
I don't even have one of those.
But guys, as always, thank you so much for tuning in each week. Oh, another cool thing. We totally forgot. We got a new ride here for the shop.
Oh, yeah.
So with some persistence, we got our first official shop car, right? That's going to be, we'll take it to shows, events, cruising around. It's a nice little driver, but we picked up a 68 double cab, dealer installed air conditioning. I mean, it's a clean little driver that we're going to be able to go out, bring the canopies, bring the guys, hit the local events, do other stuff like that. So we're pretty stoked to have a nice double cab in here.
The old grocery getter.
The old work truck. And then, and stay tuned because we've got a really neat series that we're going to start working on in next month. Once we finish the construction of our new EMPI garage in the back. So for some of you guys who heard us talk about it, we did a really nice build right now. We're on the kind of the last stages of that build. And so within the next couple of weeks, it should be finished. I'm anticipating by the end of the month. And we're going to start that series next week and next month. And we're going to start building this 63 ragtop car. It'll be kind of a cool little street car. And, it'll be really fun. We're going to document, everything along the way. So it'll be really neat for you guys to see what components, we're putting in this car, the new stuff that we're innovating. It's not even to market yet. You're going to get a glimpse by just subscribing to the YouTube channels, the EMPI Inc. YouTube channel, as well as the EMPI Insider YouTube channel, because we're going to host all these videos. So by you subscribing to those channels, you're going to be able to start seeing content and new products before the entire marketplace is. And there's a lot of new stuff on this. And one of the big things we want to stress for you guys, our listeners, is that we're building these cars in-house now with our own hands to also show where holes are in our catalog of stuff that we need to either make, design, develop, buy, sell, or improve on.
Yeah.
And so this goes for the entire car because it's basically just a rolling shell that's got some paint on it. It's not a prom queen or anything else. It's just going to be a nice, fun driver that we can go out and take a cruise on.
Yeah.
But we can build this car from stem to stern with everything EMPI has to offer, or our future partners that we have to offer. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I encourage people to really get into that. Definitely get into subscribe to the YouTube, because that's where you're going to see all that new content first. And you're going to see product that will be getting installed that could be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months ahead of schedule, but you'll know it's coming.
Yeah.
And it's something that we're really proud of as far as the ideation team and the things that we're doing here. I'm super excited about a lot of that stuff. So let's see here. Yeah, congratulations, Richard, on running the Class 9 as well. I mean, the guy was just motoring along. Again, part of the EMPI racing team. Some people ask us who is part of the EMPI racing team. So it's a couple of great questions came through. So I appreciate that. The EMPI racing team itself is headed up by 11 brothers, racing. That will be the Sletton family, which is Dennis, the dad, and then Timmy and Richard. They have the Class 11 car and they have the Class 9 car. Then we have Blake Wilkie in his Class 11, and then myself in the Class 11. So we're having a lot of fun. We're looking to expand our racing operation and some of the things that we're going to be doing in the future. So great question, and thanks for asking that. So can you set up the double cab to haul the Class 11? Yeah, the double cab, we got some pretty good plans for that, Lucas. So she's going to have a nice little 2-liter in it soon. And we got a couple of tricks up our sleeves for what we want to do with that thing. So it just pay a little homage to history and some of the stuff we're going with it, and then how we're going to go. So it should be pretty cool. Brad, how we doing? Checking in. Good to see you. Guys, other than that, thank you for checking in. As always, like I said, it means a lot. We wouldn't do this without you guys. And to have such a loyal audience every single week in, week out, and that enjoys the content. And, and most importantly, it's the engagements. And this is something I really want to stress. I want to share this with you too, is we're constantly getting DMs and questions and comments and stuff like that through different channels of our social media. And guys, we listen and we read every single one of them. I mean, I do monitor. I'm the one that handles a lot of the social media stuff. So, when you guys send those questions, those comments, those concerns, the DMs, we look at every single one of them.
Yeah.
And to get continued questions or suggestions for show and guests and everything else, I dig it. So, couple other things too we need to talk about is our dealer spotlight series. We'll get back on track next month as well. We have a couple of guests planned for that. And then I'm going to give a little teaser that you need to make sure you stay tuned on social media, because nobody knows who my co-pilot is this weekend. So if you guys want to guess the co-pilot as well, fire it on over. Winner of, if you can guess the co-pilot, I'll send you a t-shirt. The new EMPI Racing Team t-shirt.
First one to get it.
The first one to get it.
All right.
First one to send it. First one to send it. There's who's going to be my co-pilot and gets it right. I'll send you an EMPI Insider t-shirt or an EMPI Racing Team t-shirt. So other than that, guys, it's been awesome. Thank you guys so much again for tuning in each week. Stay tuned for the really cool stuff going down. Thanks to Eddie and Jesse on the engineer side and whatnot. Thanks to More Racing for a hell of a fun weekend. And thanks to the EMPI Racing team for bringing home the gold, baby. We'll see you next week. I'll check you later.
Thank you.